Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. It's the Gambling Goose Cast. If you're a sports fan and wanna bet, this is the right place. Just write your picks on the internet, and I'll put them all together in one parlay. Put it in the books, yeah.
It's unbelievable. I'm happy. I was sad. Now, wow.
Unbelievable is right, Everson Griffin. You crazy bastard. Welcome to episode 6 of the Gambling Goosecast, where degenerates thrive. The streak is over. The weight has been lifted. It was finally a good weekend for the podcast. We almost ran the table, hitting 1 of 2 parlays and 4 out of 5 on the single bets. Let's just keep winning, because you know what they say. Reach for the moon, because if you miss, you'll get some stars or something. You know the saying. Let's get to last week's recap. Parlay number 1, bet 1. Bellator, 207. Sergey Karatanov, plus 255 over Roy Nelson. That crazy Russian gave Roy Nelson a beatdown. Getting a knockout with seconds left in the first round. Landing 3 straight uppercuts, and then a knee of doom to the dome. And Gravy Blood was flatlined. Roy Nelson down for the count. First time he's been knocked out in 4 years. 1-0 on the first parlay. Bet 2, Michigan, minus 8.5 at minus 110 for odds. This was Rodney's pick. This game happened as predicted. Hornibrook showed his lack of ability, going 7 for 20 with 100 yards, 1 TD, and 2 interceptions. Those numbers will not win games. Michigan wins 38-13. Solid pick, Rod. He's now 1-1. And that, my friends, is a winning parlay. Spending $25 to win $144.43. How sweet it is. Parlay 2. Bet 1. Arizona plus 10.5 at minus 115 for odds against the Vikings. This was Minnesota Bob's pick. Arizona barely squeaked by the spread, losing 27-17. Bob wins again, making him 2-0. Congrats, Bob. Let's keep the streak going. 1-0 on the parlay. Bet 2. Houston Texans minus 10 at minus 110 for odds. This was Tyler Hines' pick. This game was boring. No offense. Texans ended up winning 20-13, not covering the 10-point spread because no one scored any points. Come on, Houston. Buffalo is terrible. Tyler's record is now 1-2-1, and the parlay is 1-1. Then we get to bet 3, Gus Senior's lock of the week. Packers versus Niners. Over 46.5 at minus 110 for odds. Gus Senior's lock of the week hits again. The over almost hit in the first half. Absolutely no defense. To end the game, the chosen one, Aaron Rodgers, led a fourth quarter game-winning drive to win 33-30. Way to go, Pack. You beat the Niners. Wow. Gus Senior is now 3-1-1, making this parlay 2-1. Close but no cigar. Since we're talking about the Packers, I have to address this. Terry Bradshaw might have the worst sound clip in history.
And McCarthy, on the other hand, I've always said, if I were going to get rid, you ready for this? If I were going to get rid of one of the two, who would I get rid of? You ready? I'd get rid of Rodgers. I'm going to keep a great coach. I think that guy is a great coach.
What did you just say?
You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I think McCarthy is one of those coaches that you absolutely hang on to.
Now, Terry, you got to listen to me. CTE is a real thing, and I think in your case it's spreading rapidly. Go to the doctor immediately. Mike McCarthy is not a good coach, let alone a better asset to the Packers than Aaron Rodgers. He only has two good skills, inhaling cold cuts and jamming bear claws down his gullet. Shut your mouth, Terry. All right. That's the recap for last week's bet. We went 4-1 on single bets, making us 6-3-1 for our total single bet record, and up $21.20. Fuck with me. For parlays, we are now 1-26, and now down $480.57. Killing the game. On to the next one. Bet one for this week. We got a new caller. Good old Chuck from Minnesota. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey, Gambling Goose. This is Chuck from Minnesota calling in with a pick this week. I've been listening to your podcast for the last 4 or 5 weeks now, I think. I gotta say, man, you fucking suck ass, dude. I mean, every pick you make is horse shit. But anyways, enough of that. I won't dog on you too much. Just stop, like Bob said, stop picking damn MMA fights because, nobody knows what the shit they are anyways, so, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to go with New England over the Bears. Looks like New England's favored by 3.5, and I'm going to take them to cover and win. So yeah, that's my pick. New England over the Bears. All right. Peace.
All right, Chuck. First off, watch your mouth when you talk about me, all right? These aren't all my picks. My record is 2-1. So why are my picks horseshit? Second, the MMA picks will never stop. If you keep complaining about them, there's going to be more. You're lucky this week, though, because there is no MMA this weekend. So I guess you got your wish. But keep complaining. It's going to be less football, more MMA. I will burn this podcast to the ground. Third, what do you mean? One thing I do know, Chuck, is that I like your pick. Put it in the books. Patriots -3 at -105 for odds. Bet 2. Minnesota Bob calls in again and tries to continue his undefeated streak. Let's have a listen.
Hey, what's up, Gambling Goose? This is Bob from Minnesota. Calling in for my third week. So far I'm 2 for 2, so hopefully I'm making your listeners and you some money. So, I've noticed when I've been listening that the fucking moron that picked Miami to cover against New England a few weeks ago, he hasn't called back in, He's, everybody has a bad week, he should man up and call again. I think the guy's just a pussy, but I digress. So I was looking at the Lions this week, and not as confident as I was in Arizona covering last week, but looking at the games, the one that jumped out at me was Kansas City -6 against Cincinnati. Even though that Patrick Mahomes looks and sounds like Steph Curry's undercooked brother, the kid's got game. Last week after a shitty first half against the Patriots, he showed a lot of moxie. He could have just said fuck it, but instead he came out in the second half and threw 4 touchdowns. The only problem with that is he left, too much time in the clock for Brady to march down and, win it at the end. But, he'll figure it out as he gets older. That fucking goofy looking bastard's got some big balls. So, with that being said, I'm going to take Kansas City at home, -6 against Cincy, because the Steelers beat Cincy last week by 7, and the Steelers ain't the fucking Chiefs, I can tell you that. Steelers are a train wreck. But, hopefully my picks are making you some money, and, that's pretty much all I got. So, have a good week.
Bob, you are correct. Mahomes does show some moxie. Thanks for your pick, buddy. I see them easily covering this game. Put it in the books. Chiefs -6 at -115 for odds. Bet 3. Rodney calls in again. Last week he had the Michigan game, and he killed it. He calls in with another college pick for this Saturday. Let's hear it.
Hey, Goosecast listeners. This is Rodney again, coming back with another college pick. This week we're going to go with Oregon and Washington State, taking that over at 67.5. Both these teams are two of the highest scoring offenses in the country. They both average over 40 points a game. Their defenses, they leave a lot to be asked. You know, it's a fast-paced game, ton of points. Put it in the books. 67.5 over. It's a lock.
Well, Rodney, I'll take your word for it. Since I haven't seen either team play this season, fuck it. Put it in the books. Oregon, Washington State, over 68. Because the line did change. At -110 for odds. Bet 4. Tyler Hines calls in again this week. Tough game last week with the Texans. No fucking offense. He calls in with a college pick this week for Thursday. Today, actually. What is the date today, by the way? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Here he is.
All right, Bill. Bear with me here. I may cough through this. I'm going to try and get this out as quickly as I can because I'm coming down to the wire. I think after failing again last week with the Texans -10 at home against the Bills, I've become sick. And I think it's from the way I've been picking. But knowing what I know, there's two games that I was really high on. That's the Ravens at home against the Saints. Saints, predominantly bad outside, predominantly bad away. The Ravens play exactly the kind of football the NFL hates. They're like Novocaine. They suffocate you with smothering defense, and they play very boring, methodical, plodding drives with a mediocre but numbing run game that works. Think twice before you put it in the books. That's all I'm saying. On the flip side of that, the Bears at home. You need one of three things to stop the Patriots. You need to have tricky offensive play calling, a great pass rush, or a pass-catching running back that is dynamic. They have all three of those. Tom Brady will get frustrated. He will be playing in the cold. Khalil Mack will be in his fucking pocket. Tariq Cohen will blow up. Mitchell Trubisky has had two big games. This is a trap game for New England. But this is my pick of the week. I like Arizona State Sun Devils at home. Stanford comes in off of their off week. Their offense has not looked good at all. Arizona State is in a position where Herm Edwards has to win this week. Sun Devils have to win if they're going to get into a bowl game. And Q Harry is one of the top wide receiver prospects. He's a great wideout. I think they have enough offense to outlast in a very tough environment the Stanford Cardinals, who I think could possibly be looking ahead too far down the schedule to games like Washington. You know, they have other big games coming up where they could possibly overlook Arizona State, who is a tough, gritty team. And, yeah, I think they get it done. Stud running back Love for Stanford may not even play. Either way, I think Stanford has too many questions, and I think Herm Edwards is a coach that gets his guys ready on Thursday night to defend their home field. Arizona State Sun Devils with the points against Stanford Thursday night.
Thanks again, Tyler, for the call. About that Ravens-Saints game, there was supposed to be a call-in for that. And that person was picking the Saints, but they never called in. You know who you are. Anyway, back to this game. Thursday night, Arizona State. Nothing gets me more charged up than Herm Edwards coach football. Arizona State, +3 at -120 for the fourth bet of this week. Hopefully Tyler's record can get to a winning record. Well, it wouldn't be winning. It would be 500. Right now he's 1-2-1. Hopefully he can get to 2-2-1 after this. Bet 5. This is my pick of the week. There is no MMA, so I will be betting NFL. And the game I chose is the Giants at the Falcons Monday night. And I'm picking the over. The over is 54, and I can't talk. So why don't I create a podcast? Anyway, 54.5 at -115. This will happen. Atlanta will put up 40 by themselves, and with one of the worst defenses I've ever seen, worse than the Packers, the Giants will be right there with them and probably even win. Eli will have at least 4 passing TDs, and Saquon will probably have 3 rushing. This game will be like playing Madden on rookie. Put it in the books. This bitch is a lock. Lock of the year. Over 54.5 at -115. Bet 6, Gus Sr.'s lock of the week. He's been killing it lately. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, this is Gus Sr. calling in again for my lock of the week. I'm currently sitting at 3-1-1, so I'm making some money. I'm going to kind of go with the same theme I went with last week. Looking at Carolina Panthers going into the Philadelphia Eagles, the over-under is 45.5. I think the Eagles' offense is starting to figure it out. They struggled a little bit. They should have beat the Vikings except for that first half. So they're going to score some points. On the other side, Carolina's offense is pretty good. I mean, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure where they're rated, but I know the Eagles' defense is in the bottom third. So I think Carolina's going to move the ball as well. I am not even picking a winner in this game because it's like flipping a coin, but again, I'm going over 45.5 Carolina Panthers at Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody have a great week.
No, Gus. You have a great week. And thanks again for the call. He's picking over again, which I like. Let's score some fucking points. Looking for a shootout between polar opposites Cam Newton and Carson Wentz. Put it in the books. Panthers versus Eagles. Over 45. Went down. The line went down. -110 for odds. That's it. 6 picks for the week, and I'm making 2 parlays out of it. The first parlay is Eagles versus Panthers. Over 45. -110 for odds. Arizona State +3, -120 for odds. Oregon versus Washington State over 68, -110 for odds. Betting 25 to win 138.59. Parlay 2, Patriots -3 at -105. Chiefs -6 at -115. And Atlanta versus the New York Giants. Over 54.5 at -115. I am betting 25 to win 143. Those are the picks for the week. Follow me on Twitter at Gambling Goose, on Instagram, Gambling Goosecast. Listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, and YouTube. Please rate and review. I know I got so many listeners, so it's a lot of reviews. Probably in the teens by now. If you want to call the hotline, the number is 715-256-7840. That is 715-256-7840. Call with your pick and your reason why, and I use Bovada for the odds. Don't be giving me these odd shark odds. Maybe I'll switch the site one day, but that's what I use. So let's win some fucking money this weekend. And just like Prince, I got a line in my pocket. And baby, he's ready to roar.
Smithers, are they booing me?
No, they're saying Boo Earns. Boo Earns.
Are you saying boo or Boo Earns?
I was saying Boo Earns.